Bullseye Pizza Chef. 2 to 4 players roll dice to fulfill pizza orders. Misfit Mongoose provided this prototype in exchange for an honest review. Because it's a prototype, the components will look better in the finished version. Place the mat in the middle, separate the topping tokens, keep them nearby, shuffle and put out pizza orders equal to the number of players plus 1, and then give 2 of the 3 toppings dice to player 1. The topping dice have 2 cheese symbols and 1 for mushrooms, pepperoni, sausage, and vegetables. When you roll the dice, you'll get the toppings shown, but it's not that simple. Without crossing the crust, roll 2 of the 3 dice onto the pizza target. Depending on where the dice landed, you'll get that many toppings tokens. If the dice are touching the sauce line, you get the higher amount. If you roll the cheese, you get to take them, but that die is locked. You can push your luck by rolling the remaining 2 dice, but if 1 more cheese is rolled, you bust. No toppings are gained, discard down to 3 toppings of your choice, and now the next player gets to go. If 2 additional cheeses were rolled, trigger the 3 cheese rule. If you rolled 2 cheeses on your first roll, you may roll that 3rd die. If you roll another cheese, the 3 cheese rule is triggered. What's all this about a 3 cheese rule? If you roll 3 cheeses, take a number of your choice of toppings equal to the number of your opponents. Go to the order phase, which I'll talk about next, then discard any unused toppings tokens down to 3 of your choice. The point of the game is to spend those toppings tokens on pizza orders. During your turn, your choice is to keep rolling or jump to the order phase. Once you begin the order phase, your rolling phase is over. Anyhow, you can trade in toppings to fulfill as many orders as you're able to. If you have 4 of 1 topping token, you can exchange it for 1 topping of your choice. When an order is completed, take that card and replace it with a new one from the pile. The endgame triggers once a player has completed 5 pizza orders. Everyone gets to take their turn to finish the round. Add up the stars on your completed order cards. The player with the most stars wins. Roll dice and collect toppings to make pizzas. That's Bullseye Pizza Chef. Bullseye Pizza Chef's mat is about the size of a medium pizza. If you have component holders for the bits, you could play this on a large coffee table. There's very little setup and takedown. Even with the randomness, games will be around 20 minutes. This is definitely a weeknight game. The orders have names, but you're really just matching symbols. The rest is rolling dice and counting stars. I think kids as young as 5 could play this. In our 3rd game of Bullseye Pizza Chef, I busted 3 times in a row, and these were the only times I busted that game. I normally have amazing dice luck, but in that game, I rolled like my dad. You know what? I still managed to get at least some points on my final turn. Okay, it was only 3 points, but still. Do you hate luck in games? Then skip Bullseye Pizza Chef. Those tokens you can keep between turns are fine and good, but if everyone fulfilled those orders and now your tokens aren't needed, well, it sucks to be you. There's no interaction. You might take an order that someone wanted, but it's not like you planned it. You're mostly just hoping others bust. On the bright side, though, the game is quick enough that if you're playing with young kids, it's not going to drag on for 45 minutes or anything. My favorite parts of this game are where you can trade 4 of 1 topping token for 1 of your choice, and the 3 cheese rule where you can take a topping of your choice equal to the number of opponents. This is the mitigation that a game like Trampoline Zombies needed. I'd love to see an advanced variant using something I enjoyed in Carroll County Cake Swap. Each player has single-use cards, say a pizza cutter that prevented a bust and a delivery van that let us swap the available orders. When you use a card, flip it over. Now it can't be used again. Depending on what the effects are, it can add interaction and also additional mitigation and strategy. I definitely think this game needs something like that. Bullseye Pizza Chef reminds me of an old game I loved when I was 5 and 6. Sorry, sliders, but with less dexterity and more random luck. There's some mitigation, but there aren't enough decisions and things to think about to make this fun for me. For a 15 to 20 minute dice game, I'd play King of Tokyo. For a 15 to 20 minute set collection game, I'd play Bugs on Rugs or Herbaceous. I wouldn't recommend this at all for just 2 players. I personally think it's best with 4 players. If you have a few young children who like simple games, this is certainly better than Candyland or Trouble. This game's theme and light rules might be a good fit for them and is simple enough for them to play on their own.